It's Operation Babble with Mike Shrews. It's pop culture, music, movies, TV too. It's time to explore life. It's Operation Babble time.
What's up, all my boomers?
Oh God, no. Fucking boomer, okay.
Boomer, okay, you are. God, it's been a while, man. Again, I'm sad. I'm saying that a lot lately.
Well, I keep getting other guests on, and you're just like
I know.
busy,
Well,
and it's a lot of it is coming from being able to book other people on specific days that you're not available, or they're available on a day that I'm available, but I'm already doing shit.
See, I feel like the way you're describing that, it makes you feel like I caught you cheating.
Yeah.
And you're trying to justify it. It's like, you didn't love me anymore. It's like, don't worry, Michael.
It wasn't
the love
me.
is still there. But I caught you on the counter, Michael.
It wasn't me.
But I caught you on the podcast.
It wasn't me.
Oh God, I forgot. Did you forget that fucking Shaggy was fucking Sebastian on the live? Because that happened recently. The live Little Mermaid stage show thing.
Okay, yeah, I did not watch it. My
only
guess
saw
was
clips.
when the first thing I thought when I saw that was first I was like, they showed the trailer and I honestly thought it was for the live action movie.
Are
first,
you for real?
And I was just like, this looks so bad. And then I saw the John Stamos thing and I was like, okay, it's not a live action movie, it's a play.
Oh, the Shaggy in the fucking red leather suit didn't do it for
I
you?
didn't see him in the trailer. He wasn't in the trailer. The first trailer
gotcha.
they dropped for the live TV thing. I saw like Ariel, Ursula, and I think that's really what they showed in the trailer. And then they showed John Stamos, and I was like, okay, it's a musical just from like how he was dressed. Because it looked like he was dressed for fucking Dancing with the Stars.
I know. It was so bad. What was he? Chef Louis, I think?
Yeah.
Is who he was supposed to be? Fucking Christ. But you had it was funny because Queen Latifah played Ursula in it. And I go, shit, man, if Ursula's going to be like over CGI or whatever, kind of like Genie style in Aladdin, Queen Latifah actually wouldn't have been a bad choice.
I still feel like, because you're talking about the movie.
The actual movie.
And they picked
like I was saying,
McCarthy, right?
Is that confirmed? I don't even know if
on
that's confirmed yet.
IMDb for it. So
Melissa
I go
McCarthy's
based
not
on that.
Bad idea. Oh yeah. That makes sense.
But as far as like all that goes, I still wanted like a famous drag queen to be.
I could see that, like have like RuPaul come in and do it.
I mean, the
like
character's based off of
I suppose.
I forget what her name was, but yeah, like why not? Especially in the age of like wokeness or whatever.
Yeah,
why the hell not?
Yeah, why not? And it would be funny. I mean, not like saying like I'm making fun of you on the playground. Funny. I'm like, just be kind of a neat little whimsical thing.
Oh yeah,
sure. Why not? And but it was like, God, it's so funny you talk about the trailer because I only saw clips and stuff that people like posted online of like, oh my God, the cringe. Or like, oh my God, I love this.
Did you hear the story about his Sebastian?
Shaggy
Sebastian, like he supposedly had claw hands because people were talking about like how the outfit was just so lazy. It was basically something he would wear on a normal day anyways.
Well, it literally looked like a man's version of Britney Spears's red leather jumpsuit from Oops, I Did It Again.
Yeah.
It's fucking hysterical, but it was funny because I love the fucking promos for it because it's just like it was so like crappy like green screen background and they would like turn and face the camera slowly and it's like
I didn't even look at any of that shit.
Oh dude, it's so funny. It was all over Facebook and stuff or like on YouTube. It was always like, and the biggest comments were, one, it looks like a porno, which I'm like, yes, absolutely. Or two, it was like, it reminded me of like how they do like the Bold and the Beautiful or like the daytime soap opera openings where like each character it's like here's Damien, here's Jenny, and it's like, oh no. But I was just like, wow. And and don't get me wrong, I know they do these live shows like every year now. It's kind of like their thing. Which one? Why aren't you releasing these on like holiday weekends? You know, like Thanksgiving or like around Christmas or whatever. But again, why Little Mermaid? You have the remake movie coming right now.
My whole thing was that's exactly why they did it, to build up hype for the live action movie.
Yes.
Plus, they cast someone that kind of looks like the chick who's gonna play her Ariel in the movie, and they're like, "See, look, it does work," type of thing, because everyone was blowing up about all that dumb shit, like, "Oh, mermaids have to be white. Mermaids are under the sea. It doesn't blah blah blah." No one gives a fuck.
I could see that. I could see that. But God, it just feels like you're undermining what you're trying to do. It's almost like you're parodying your own thing before it even came out.
What is worse is if the live action play is better.
Oh God. Oh no, Michael.
It's like because the movie just sucks so bad. I'm not saying the movie does or doesn't. You know, I don't know. It hasn't even dropped a trailer. But I'm saying, like, if the movie just sucks so bad that it's not even funny, whereas this sucked bad, but it was funny, I guess.
It's fun. It's funny you say that, because we're having a similar issue now. I think I slurred similar. We'll work with that. Have you seen the new Sonic trailer?
Yes. I am. Bro. Okay, so with Sonic trailer, everybody knows the first trailer dropped and Sonic just looked like a scary man cat.
Just hairy anus, dude. It looked like he should have been in the cast of Cats.
Yeah. The movie.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that.
We'll get there. Don't worry.
So then everybody bitched on the internet about it, and the studios were like, okay, yeah, let's go back and fix this. You're the guys that are going to watch it. You're the ones that are paying to see it and all this and that. And they went back and finally fixed it. According to things I've heard and seen on the internet, they've spent $55 million redoing.
Okay, so I've actually been reading into this because a lot of people are talking about it. It was 35.
35 million?
It was
That's
35
still
million.
Like almost half their budget.
But
like double their budget, I should say.
It was about a third. It was 90 million to make it, and then they had to do the re-stuff, and they said it was 35. Now, they said the actual price tag to go in and recreate and just change all the visual effects that they needed to change was only $5 million. So then everybody goes, where'd the other 30 go? Which, valid question, right? Where
I went from scouring the internet to erase all the old Sonic.
Right? Yeah, no shit, right? It's like we have to get a fucking team of hackers to delete everyone's Facebook posts.
Get the Russians on it right now.
No, the Russian bots. That's fucked up. Calm down, comrade. So now, okay, this is obviously speculation from me. But at the same time, it's based on a lot of things I've been reading from like 4 or 5 different sources, give or take who you want. Screen Rants, Bounding Comics, all these people.
Who's in charge? This Sony's in charge of this,
is
right?
Paramount. It's Sony Paramount? I just know it's Paramount. I don't know who they're affiliated with.
Yeah.
But
no.
Yeah, I have no idea. But so it was about $5 million to fix it. But now you got to say, what's $30 million? $30 million is probably them having to change all their posters, recutting trailers. I can't even imagine if they'd already made frickin' toys for this movie that they now have to just send to a landfill.
Paramount's Nickelodeon, which is technically Universal is under their thing too.
Okay, so then pretty much
MTV
Universal.
Films.
Oh, of course.
CBS is the parent organization, Viacom and CBS.
Gotcha. The more you know.
The more you know.
But I would assume the extra 30 mils got to be in advertising and like mopping up of the mess that you already made,
right?
Because a lot of times, I mean, you think about like Captain Marvel, they even say like I think they spent like probably like 100 mil on the movie, but then there's also like 50, 60, 80 mil fucking advertising, getting stuff out there. Advertising's a big deal.
Which I don't want to segue away from it right away, so I'll go back to that. So go on.
Okay. Yeah, but it was funny because you were talking about how if like, you know, Little Mermaid's like bad and in not a good way.
Yeah.
Is like that's the new comment now. This is proving that you can just not make the internet happy, so don't ever like try too hard.
Well, it was the whole thing though is and I might be stealing other people's opinions on this too, but it made sense when I heard it. It's like you know,
Oh no.
the whole internet complained about the look. And so that's what the studio's focused on. They didn't even hear the whole internet just bitching about what the fuck is the story here?
Like, why are you even making
Why?
this?
Why?
Yeah.
Like, that's why when the trailer dropped, the new one, and they started off in it's Green Hills, right?
Yeah.
I think that's the name of
The actual level
world,
of
the level,
yeah.
And I was just like, yes, that's
Yeah.
what it needs to be more of.
I
And then,
absolutely
of course, he jumps in, and as someone else said, I think it was EJ actually said on another cast, they smurfed him and switched him, you know, basically brought him into the real world and did that shit. And then
with his fucking Doctor Strange portal rings.
Yeah. And then it's like, you know what, by the end of this movie, eventually Robotnik, because I'm not saying Robotnik, it's Robotnik.
Yes.
Is gonna get sucked into his world, and that's where he's gonna look like his crazy self more.
And there'll be
shit
like an
that.
after credit scene where Tails shows up.
Yeah, or he's
Now we got a
making
world.
Knuckles or some shit like that.
To be fair,
Like he's got
If-
one of Sonic's hairs to design Knuckles or some bullshit.
yeah, and he's gonna be like, "You do not know the way," and
Under the sea. That's what you sounded like.
oh, sorry. Take it from me. Let me tell you, even if this movie's trash, if they do a straight up sequel inside the video game world, quote unquote, that I'll be there for. I will 100% show up for that.
Either way, I'm going to go see this movie in theaters just out of respect for the studio to change some stuff.
The internet's
But then
gonna fucking lose their mind.
a bunch of people, well, no, like they actually realized, hey, look at this fucking character. It looks nothing like Sonic.
So here,
It looked nothing like him.
So here are a couple of different arguments, and I'd like to kind of just throw them out there, and we can talk about them respectively. So first we have we have the first one where now everybody's like, "Whoa, they fixed it," but like
The story's still kind of
the story's still gonna suck, and now because it actually looks a little
why isn't
better,
Robotnik fat? Why don't you spend $30 million to make Jim Carrey look fat?
well, and it's like well, now it's not even gonna be funny, like it's so bad it's funny. Like now we can't even like meme it. Now it's just gonna be a straight up bad movie that no one's gonna think about. And I go, okay, and if you really think it's that way, like who cares? Whatever.
Right.
Second, I go, they changed it. At least it looks better. And the trailer is way better. Like they picked better music. They actually showed like a progression. They didn't even introduce like the two stupid people that are running around with them all. And, you know, like, I don't know. It just, the tone seems a lot more coherent because like the cartooniness of it all feels real now.
Right.
The jokes landed a little bit harder because you're not going, ugh, like every 2 seconds.
He's not gonna walk in there and and he's gonna look like fucking Chucky in a blue outfit.
God, no shit. But I'm just kind of like,
I'm gonna make a reference every time we talk about the old one.
And but then people are like, oh, they should have gotten it right in the first place. And it's like, well, yeah, obviously, but that just shows you how like in this weird like chamber all these creators are in. Like they just don't get to, you know, they're not on the internet like we are every fucking day listening to 900 people bitch about the same thing but for different reasons. Yeah. They're at work. And
now I it's one of those arguments too. It's gonna be a tough one because, you know, for me it's like I have respect for the studio that went back and changed some stuff. They listened to the fans.
I absolutely agree.
But on the same time, at the same time, I'm kind of like, if I was the creators, I wouldn't want to be pushed around for my vision. Granted, that vision really was just horrid. But it's like with the Cats movie, that it's not like those guys went back and changed their shit when people were freaking out about how scary looking they were.
I think it's because they don't care.
Right.
I think that's the big thing.
With video game movies, it's a very hard thing to make a decent video game movie, I would think.
Which is so fucking weird. Why? Like video it's like
know.
it's the same fucking problem you have with comic books. It's like you literally have the story made for you. You could literally just
if they would have gone with the story, again, I don't know the actual game very well. With Resident Evil, I know the movies are nothing like the game, though.
Not even close. Yeah.
So I'm wondering if they would have tried to go more with the game, if they would have gotten so many movies out of them. I don't think so.
Maybe not. I don't know. It just depends on. Well, I don't know, because then you'd have the actual fan base following it.
But aren't the games changing characters all the time, whereas the movies stuck with Mila the entire journey?
Except
for like 2, then they introduced some more characters, but they got rid of them.
But you don't have to kill them off or anything. You could at least be faithful in the first movie, then start to deviate with your own storyline. Yeah. You could do that.
I would think from aesthetics, just from me seeing and playing a game at the arcade and shit like that, that the second Resident Evil was probably the closest one to the game, maybe, because they're actually in the city running around. There's fucking
here's my argument to that. Is that it is, but at the same time, it's done in such a fucking stupid, like I'm drooling on myself way. And it reminded me 100% of Mortal Kombat to Mortal Kombat Annihilation.
Okay.
It went from like, we're trying to be more like the game, but it's like, you are so missing the point.
There's a good way with, I don't want to go down this rabbit hole, but with like Mortal Kombat, they tried so hard to make those movies just the video game in live action form that it's like, y'all just messed up. Like, just take a couple characters and do it. You don't actually need to do the fucking tournament in every movie. There's storyline that doesn't revolve around the tournament. Let's go.
Right. Well, and it's funny because so we're talking about video game movies and stuff, and I don't get why it's so difficult, because there's this guy who just posted on Operation Babble like a few days ago or whatever.
Okay.
I hope I'm pronouncing your name right, man. I'm so sorry. Irfan Yusuf Butt.
Okay.
I don't know if I said that right.
Okay. Yeah.
But he posted this trailer.
The Covenant one?
Mind Gamers. That's what it's called. And I haven't heard about this. It looks really, really cool. It looks like it's got like a Matrix feel, with just like crazier stuff. And I was watching that about 3 times, and I go, this is fucking Assassin's Creed. Like, this is what Assassin's Creed should have been.
Mm-hmm.
Like, all these people getting put into the Matrix, essentially, and then taking off and doing cool shit in Spain, or like old school, like, it's so weird that nobody can seem to do this right, and it's just because I think the people making it could not give a fuck, and that's the problem.
Yeah,
like this weird circle jerk in Hollywood where, because you're already established, you just get the scripts. You're not going out and finding somebody who, has played all the Assassin's Creed games and loves them unconditionally, and they're like, oh yeah, he also went to film school because he's a fucking nerd.
Right.
It's like, those are the kind of people you want around you.
With me, with the whole thing, let's get back to Sonic, though, too. It's like, I'm a huge Sonic fan. Ugh.
Sorry. You all right over there?
I'm a huge Sonic fan. Like, I even bought the Sonic Mania game, which was like kind of like an indie game that they picked up and pushed out.
Okay.
It's cool because you're playing the game when you start. I was pissed off, but then I was like, that's kind of cool. And so you start playing that video game, and you're like in the normal level, but then like you get like partially way through, and it's completely different. And you're like, where the fuck do I go? You're like random spikes popping up. There's lava and green hills, and you're like, what the hell?
Where am I?
But no, like, I'm a huge Sonic fan, like, that much to where I buy all the different games.
I was a big I was definitely Sega versus Super Nintendo. I don't know why. Like, Super Nintendo probably had better games, but I mean, Sega had Mortal Kombat and fucking like Battletoads and shit. I don't know. I like Sega. And it had the cool controller.
It fit into your hand better than the rectangle.
I agree.
Yeah. But
no, and I was totally a Sonic fan too. Like, I loved the cartoons they made. Sonic Underground was a little weird.
They
but
were
I
a
was like,
lot better than the Super Mario Brother ones, though. I'll tell you that.
I'd absolutely agree.
Every iteration, they're still making Sonic cartoons. Sonic and Pac-Man are the two, like,
so fucking
video
Pac-Man,
games.
so weird. Why?
Yeah.
Of all the characters, you picked Pac-Man?
But those are the two characters that have, like, outlived everything else in, like, cartoon form as to being transitioned. And that's why when I heard the Sonic movie, I was like, just take a fucking storyline from the cartoon then.
Yeah,
Do that.
was weird.
It works without humans. You don't need the human element.
Because like I still fondly remember just Tails and Sonic running around eating chili dogs, running away from like the chicken robot.
Like
guys.
Pokemon, it works with the human element because the human and
They're
Pokemon live
fucking
together.
humans. Yeah,
They work together like that. But when you're dealing with Sonic, it's like, what humans have Sonic ever dealt with besides Robotnik, who technically really isn't human anymore? He's more cyborg than anything.
Yeah.
So, and that's a whole nother thing. I hope Jim Carrey does that character some justice, because
I think it'll be fun. Again,
is he going to be capturing all the little bunnies and squirrels and stuff in his little tank?
The new trailer.
I think people forgot how corny those games really are to make a movie out of it.
Well, it's like it's just a fat guy floating around in robot bubbles. And I don't know. The new trailer gives me hope. The new trailer felt a lot more self-aware. And
would you say you have a new hope for it?
I hate you. No, oh man. God damn it. That derailed me so hard. Okay, so pretty much I'm just at, if you don't want to go support it, I actually think it's cool that they're changing it. It's on Valentine's Day. I guess there's worse things I could be doing.
Is it that far off still?
Yeah, they pushed it. Dude, they pushed it like
Oh, yeah,
lot.
they had to, yeah. They probably just rendered out the trailer for everybody.
Fuck. Well, it's not like they're Rise of Skywalker, who's still shooting when it comes out a month from now.
Are they still shooting? Oh my god.
That is the rumor.
They're probably like, everybody figured out what we're doing. We have to change it.
But it was funny. Somebody made the joke, like, because there's reportedly a bunch of different cuts and a bunch of different endings and stuff.
Yeah.
And I don't know how true it is, but it was really funny because somebody alluded it to, and I just loved the idea in my head. It was kind of like doing wedding photos.
Yeah.
Or like senior class photos where it's like, okay, Rey kills Palpatine. All right, everybody cut, stop, hold. Rey, get out. Kylo, you walk in. All right, Kylo, you killed Palpatine. All right, get out. Okay, both of you now. Now everybody kill him.
All right, you all die and Palpatine wins.
Yeah. Hey,
bam.
C-3PO, get in there. Go stab Palpatine just so we have a chance. And that's
Luke
just so
comes
messed
back and kills him from behind.
Oh, it's so bad.
Travel.
Every single what a twist. All the Force ghosts come and stab him all at the same time, like Julius Caesar.
All right, Chris Pratt, you come here, shoot Palpatine. When they ask you
Star-Lord, why are you
I'm
here?
like, you never heard of Star-Lord? Come on.
Oh no, Patton Oswalt was right.
You like how I did the little stupid shake he even does?
Yeah,
I don't even know why
it works. It works so good on the audio podcast. But with Sonic, I'm like, fuck it, I'll go see it. Why not? It could be fun. I do want to give it a little money just because I do like the precedent that they listened.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I don't want all studios taking blah, blah. It's like, well, maybe it'll just prove that maybe if you got it right the first time, you'd be fine.
And not only that, maybe it will not necessarily have studios change their product, but listen more, especially with the Star Wars market. I know that there's a massive, non-listening thing from Disney for that. Maybe put a different person in charge of Star Wars,
or just like change up your pre-production. Like maybe start talking to people who are fans.
Yeah.
Like find people who.
That's why the Marvel movies have worked decently well. I'm not gonna say they all have,
they're
but
not
like
perfect,
Kevin Feige's been in charge of all of the MCU stuff. He was a producer in some sort of way on a lot of other Marvel movies before the MCU was ever created. But like he grew up with that shit. He was a huge fan. He's been with Marvel forever. Mm-hmm. And, so having a solid person there that loves these characters or loves the franchise, it helps. But then you get movies that come out and it's like, did anyone even care? Did you even read one of your source materials? You know, Star Wars has, and again, I'm not like a massive fanboy, but like Star Wars has so much shit that used to be canon in books, or canon, quote unquote, in books. And it's like, they're just like, oh, well, we don't have really any good stories to go based on stuff.
Oh, God, you saw that today?
Yes.
Oh, no. The fucking president of your company, of Lucasfilm, Kathleen Kennedy, which proves this how just inept she is, literally had the audacity to go out and go, look, making Star Wars is hard. We don't have like comic books and all these source material novels.
Did that just drop today? Because
that had to have been today or yesterday, dude.
Okay.
Like, I just saw it too. It was insane. I go, because you nuked the whole universe, you dumbass. Like, it's like I created a problem that wasn't a problem, and now it's a problem. It's like,
when you get rid of the entire like world base, like even the video games, everything, it's like, why you had so many good stories here already? Just use them, utilize the characters. Like fucking in the stories, didn't Han and Leia have like multiple kids?
They had kids,
and
Mara
Luke had a
Jade
kid.
Something. Yep.
And I'm sure fucking
they pretty much did what all of Hollywood does. They decanon stuff and then just steal the ideas.
Lando, I'm sure he had a kid before they made him pansexual at the ship.
Yeah. Well, he's gonna have a kid in this next movie because I saw the.
Is it gonna turn out to be C-3PO?
Oh God. Oh God. No, it can't. No, it'll be the little droid because C-3PO got built by Anakin. We already know that. Damn it.
Oh, yeah.
Otherwise, that would have been great.
Well, Anakin had to get the parts from somewhere. Well, either way, I think that still was probably around the time where him and the robot were. Yeah.
It's just sad because it's just like you had like I was telling Hannah the other day. It's like this should have been a fucking slam dunk. Like you should have bought $4 billion and this should have just been a fucking printing press of money. It's all it should have been. And I just don't know how you're just like, what's the smart move here? I'm just gonna decanon everything and just go, yeah, that was fun. Yeah. And then it's over. You know, it's just like,
I'm wondering if it was her choice to just like nerf all the
it had to be her and
stuff.
Iger. Had to have been. It had to have been both of them because at the end of the day, it's money.
Now, what's this rumor, though, about Feige getting his own Star Wars movie? Is that true, or...
Who cares? Until it happens, who cares?
I'm kind of interested. Like, I'm guessing he would just produce it because I don't think he's a director.
Most likely. I don't think he directs and stuff.
I'm kind of interested. I would love to see him just direct an Avengers movie or something just to see, like, what he can come up with. That dude's so fucking busy.
I don't know now, though, because it just feels like he's starting to listen to the machine. You know what I mean? If Black Panther and Captain Marvel and the Tismy stuff happen in Endgame didn't kind of show the direction you're going in, I don't know what else could. You know
Hopefully
what I mean?
They do some really cool stuff, though, with the darker characters they're about to bring in. I don't really have a whole lot of hopes now for, I think it was Moon Knight that they were going to do, right?
Yeah.
I don't have a whole lot of hopes for that just from the shit that I'm hearing from the Mandalorian series.
Yeah. Have you watched any of that yet?
I have not. I'm not a Disney Plus member yet, and I'm not sure if I'm going to right away. I've heard there's still a lot of issues with it.
I wouldn't. It actually just straight off from the app. I don't have it. Somebody let me borrow it because I needed to watch a couple episodes of Mandalorian for a podcast I was on, and oh man, the fucking app is trash. Like it's absolutely trash. Like. There's a couple of issues like when I would be watching it, like you know how like you move your mouse and it pulls up the play buttons and the timeline and all that. Well, when you go idle and all that stuff drops away, it would go dark, like not pitch black, but like so dark I can't see what's happening.
I heard people were having issues with like playback, like if you stop and go back. There were shows that were way out of order, like. Freaking like season 3s were in season 1s and shit like that. It's like how Disney is this massive fucking web like billion, gazillion, jillion, whatever fucking dollar company. Y'all can't even get your shit right. Netflix, I mean, they took forever to get their stuff right, and they still have issues. But y'all couldn't even be as good as Netflix when you launched.
Especially when on a platform that's been a thing for like almost 10 years now. Streaming's been a thing for a while, and you guys are coming out the gate just shitting all over the place.
This is why Nickelodeon is partnering with Netflix, an already established one, so they don't have to worry about this bullshit.
Smart. It's so smart.
It's so smart. They're going to get paid. Netflix is going to get paid.
You're getting paid on essentially syndication. You have somebody just willing to just put your shit on another platform.
And HBO Max. Oh my God, dude. HBO Max is going to have so much shit on it.
Yeah, I'm actually pretty excited about that. That's the one I
Is it Max or is it Plus Max or some shit?
I'm pretty sure it's Max.
Okay.
But the hardest thing to not do, and this is why I'm just going to start looking into box sets. I want The Simpsons. I forgot how much I love that show.
Yeah.
Holy crap. Like, I don't know. I've caught some newer episodes in the last few years. They're still pretty good, but man, classic Simpsons is just so damn good. Yeah. It is so good. But I don't know if I want to stream it or see it on the DVD so I can guarantee it hasn't been altered or anything. Because they were doing some fucking stupid cropping shit with it, which was really annoying.
That's one thing I heard. Like, they were cropping.
They did fix that. They did fix.
They were making the original like 4:3 to 16:9 or some bullshit like that.
Yeah,
and all that dumb shit.
for people who don't understand why we would care, it's because it's animated and it's back in the day. They would fill the frame with tons of jokes.
Yeah,
and like visual jokes. And when you stretch that out, you lose a lot of the picture.
Especially if you get into the episode where Maggie shoots Mr. Burns, and you would get so much cut off of that because they hide like random stuff everywhere. But yeah, I just don't have a whole lot of interest in Disney Plus at the moment. I'm gonna wait until they get some of their bugs fixed, and then once they launch the Marvel shit, dude, they shouldn't have launched until they had some Marvel stuff to launch with it. I feel that would have boosted their stuff. And when I say Marvel, I mean like their original shows. Because they're also not able to stream, like, because they say you're gonna get all the Marvel movies and shit like that because they have Fox and stuff. You can't do the Spider-Man movies.
Nope. And
you can't do the Hulk movies.
They didn't even put Last Jedi on there. At least not that I'd seen.
Interesting. Yeah. I heard that was supposed to be on there. But what cuts are they gonna put of the fucking Star Wars? Give me the originals, dude.
Oh my God, that's why I'm like, just buy physical media, dude.
That dumbass scene. Oh, it doesn't make sense on the Blu-ray when they first redid it, and they have the scene that Lucas cut out, and then he put it back in, and they CG Jabba in, or was it? Yeah, Jabba the Hutt.
When Jabba and Han were talking,
and then like the next scene, he's like, I gotta take you to Jabba.
I just saw you.
What?
I just saw you.
It's like, and then you ruin the whole surprise of, like, if it's your first time watching the original 3, you ruin the surprise of seeing Jabba as this like beast of a guy in his own place. He's just like this little slug, which is also what kind of the prequels did to Jabba too. It's kind of like nerfed him to make him not look like as badass as he was.
Yeah. Hannah and I've been rolling through the original 3, and fuck, those are good movies, man. I forgot how good they were. I really did. Like, it was one of those deals.
They're
where
tough.
It's just like,
they're tough for me, like, because
they're a little long.
They're not really the length, but like, it's just like, I'm an adult now, and I want some more adult content.
I don't know how you can consider the original trilogy not to be more adult than the prequels and everything else.
Go just watch it. Oh, I don't watch the...
What do you mean go watch it? I literally
did. The new stuff as like in depth, so like...
I guess.
I've seen the original trilogy a lot more.
When was the last
else.
time you saw Empire Strikes Back? I'm just curious.
Probably last year.
Really? Okay, because we watched it just like 3 or 4 days ago.
Because there was a time where we were watching all the first 6 episodes.
Yeah.
Every year. And then we cut it down because then Disney bought it and started putting out a new fucking movie every year. And it's just like, God, stop.
Now, the original trilogy is so solid. We've got to get to Return of the Jedi, which is obviously the weakest of the 3.
Yeah.
But I'm excited to see it. I'm excited to watch it again. I just forgot how good it is. Like, I just appreciate the movie making of it and the pacing and the characters. The acting is just so much better.
Yeah.
And it feeling more dusty and like lived in because of all the actual sets versus blue screen is just, I just like it. It just feels like movie making. I don't know.
Since we're kind of like on the realm of streaming services, I just want to give a shout out to Warner Media, because they're the ones that do HBO. They own HBO and stuff like that. So Warner Brothers is being super smart with how they're doing their streaming of their like DC properties. Okay. Because they're gonna have shit on HBO Max. They got the shit on the DC Universe one. They do the stuff on CW. And they have some stuff. They have another show going on a whole other streaming service, and maybe Netflix. I'm not sure. Dude, they're getting every area so that they make sure their content's being watched. It's super smart.
Why not? It's like, and you're not even putting the same stuff on each platform.
No.
Like, it's smart because it's like, hey, I'll watch like these Teen Titans.
This is what they need to do. This is what more studios should do, because look, especially with like Warner, with the DC properties, I'll say this, just focusing on those ones, not like every other one, but just let the DC properties, like right now on the CW, they're coming to their end game with Crisis. Yeah. And then they're mixing in shows from their streaming service too into the Crisis. Like they're bringing Dick Grayson from Titans in. I'm like, think about that on a bigger scale. If you have shows on all these other things and you're doing such big scale things like that where you're integrating all these shows, people are going to just buy those fucking things just to watch all the other shows.
I went and bought the 90s Flash because they put him back in the suit. I 100% did that. I absolutely did that. I have no problem. I
got that series too.
I would love to watch Lois and Clark. I want to watch Lois and Clark again.
I got that series
because
too.
of it. I'm telling you, it's just like it is smart. They're doing something clever. They're listening to the fans. They're doing cool shit.
So before streaming really became like a huge thing, like we had Netflix and that was it. I already had purchased the Flash show from the 80s, 90s. I had the Lois and Clark Adventures, all that shit, like the entire series. And
you just got Birds of Prey again, didn't you?
No, not yet. I haven't found that.
Okay. I knew you were. I got about
Smallville. Smallville's what I picked up.
Okay.
Yeah. I picked that up at a thrift store, the entire fucking series for like $15 or some shit. I was like, and it was in like the nice big ass box set.
That's a great deal.
Yeah. The only thing I had to work for was to make sure every disc was in there and not scratched up. I kind of thought about just ripping them and selling it for like $100, but I was like, no, I want the box.
Like the box. That collector's mentality, man. It's like...
But I my hat's off to Warner. I hope that they knock some shit out of the park. Not even just with their DC stuff, but with like everything, because they seem like they're the ones that are being smart. Them and Nickelodeon, of course, with Universal and shit like that.
And who would have fucking thought, too, man? Like, their movie universe is just a gigantic damn dumpster fire. But
they got the TV market,
and
bro.
Stuff, they're killing it. They're killing it.
I mean, they even have what's on HBO that's theirs? Watchmen. Watchmen is theirs. And those are the things too, is like DC has so many things because they did the Vertigo and all that random shit too. And now it's like they're breaking in the branches instead of like different things like that. It's called DC Dark, DC Kids, and then DC, I think just DC, I'm guessing. Sure. I don't remember. And I'm not sure if that's for their TV as well as their comics, but I know that's how they're going to be doing comics.
Yeah. So. And regardless of whether or not you actually like what they're putting out, like I'm not a huge Titans fan. Like it hurt me. I'm going to try season 2.
I haven't finished season 2 yet. So.
It did. The first season was so brutal that I don't care. But I'm going to try and get into season 2 just because I've heard better things. Yeah. But at the end of the day, people are still watching it, man. I don't know. People are figuring.
Watchmen's a pretty good one too.
I don't know how much investment I have. I kind of want to watch it just because everybody's got their panties in a twist about it.
It's a weird one too, because you're also going to have like everybody either is gonna love the show because they're Watchmen fans and they understand why there's all this talk of the
like weird shit.
Yeah,
squids and
all the hidden stuff, and then not to mention like a lot of the political stuff in it.
Yeah.
But that's just a Watchmen brand, basically.
Yeah.
So it's one of those toss-ups. You're gonna either have some people that like it or just are like, fucking SJW.
So it's funny that you finally brought up the idea of SJW because I don't know how caught up you are
on
Batwoman.
What the fuck, CW? What the fuck, CW? What the fuck, CW? We love you so much.
But what the fuck?
But what the fuck? All right. Since you brought
My brain melted.
since you brought the name up.
Batwoman. So I've been trying. I hate watching this show so hard, and it's because I got two YouTubers right now who do reaction videos / like big reviews of the episodes.
Yeah,
and they're both hilarious. So I've been making it my mission that I watch the episode before I watch their reviews.
Yeah.
So I don't, so they don't. So as everybody would say, they don't color my opinion, even though my opinion is this show is trash.
John, your opinion is gonna be colored black and red.
So racist. Because red, it goes with everything.
Would I wear? Come on? Do you think I would wear a red wig? Me in red?
Oh my god.
She fucking said that.
I couldn't fucking believe it, dude. Have you watched the latest one?
I am all caught up if it's based on the shit that we were talking about last night.
Okay, because I'm going by the latest episode. I believe it's episode 7, and
6 or 7.
I think it's 7. It opened with the sniper trying to kill the guy who looks like Hero from Heroes. Yatta! That guy.
What?
Snipe.
That didn't happen.
And then he got like hung onto the ceiling by Batwoman. It was neato.
I don't know. Okay. Anyways.
But the episode is fucking hilarious because it's like Batwoman sees a sniper about to shoot a dude and she grapple hooks his leg and hooks him to the ceiling, right? And then she just takes off running and she looks like an idiot. She's like, oh no, oh no, oh no, and just runs away and leaves him just hanging in the ceiling. It's like, why would you not just like tie him up and leave him for the crows to pick him up? Because the crows showed up and she just leaves. And then my favorite thing that's ever happened ever in this show, she starts, because apparently I think the show finally heard or something that she's not training. Like, where is she training? We never see her train. She's airboxing in the Batcave. She's just like punching at air, doing kicks and flips, and I want to die. I go, this is not training. This is CrossFit without a punching bag.
Shit. I just realized there's only
You're an episode behind.
No, I'm up to date. But there's only one episode left until Crisis starts.
Yep.
Oh fuck.
The Arrow episode.
I need to
think,
catch
is
up on
gonna be-
Arrow and stuff then.
I think Arrow's gonna be sad.
Because I caught up on this shit because I'm just like I told you last night, and I'll read exactly what I texted you because John asked me, he's like, how do you even, or I gotta know what you like about this show.
I have to know. I have to know.
And I said, I never said I like it. I'm kind of on the ship waiting for it to leave port or sink. Either way, it will move.
Oh man. It's like
Whether it's getting off of the port or it's going to just go underwater, either way, it fucking moves.
Because I'll give you this. The first 3 episodes, your optimism was endearing.
Yes.
Now I'm finding it. I'm worried.
Dude,
for
I'm
you.
finding myself not even really paying attention a whole lot after so long. But I do want to pay attention to the next 2 because, of course, Crisis. Yeah. Maybe after Crisis, it might get something. We'll see. It's a tough watch. It really is. For anybody, honestly.
Yeah,
like
that was the thing. I'm just like, I don't know who could possibly like this.
Yeah.
Kate Kane is one of the worst
And then-
protagonists I've seen in a show in a very long time.
And
Like,
they
there's nothing endearing
They
or
finally
anything.
do. They finally do some like woke-ish moment, I guess.
They literally said social justice warrior in the episode before.
like literally
And
out loud, like
literally
social
said it.
justice warrior. And
And
then
now-
the next episode, they do a scene at a fancy restaurant
Yep.
where a guy sees another. Okay, so
The owner of the
one,
restaurant.
the owner of the restaurant, okay, sees a woman grab another woman's hand, and that automatically means that one, they're gay apparently, because
Yeah.
my wife holds her best friend's hand all the time, or
No, they're gay,
hugs
though.
them and shit.
They're gay, though.
They must be gay for each other.
They're making
And then
like a pair of
makes a
shears
big.
at the end of the
So
night.
like you see him look at her, and then you see her notice that.
Yeah.
And to me, that's all you really needed. That's
yeah.
That's it. That shows like, okay, there is tension with the sexual divide or whatever they were trying to push.
Or even at the end when she goes, okay, I guess they don't want us here, or like I'm,
Yeah.
you know, whatever. You could have just left with that.
Yeah, but then instead they actually make the guy come over to the table and tell them they have to leave
It's so cringy. And
because
it's just
she's
like,
wearing tennis shoes.
sneakers. Well, that guy over there's wearing sneakers, and
It
it's
was
just like, oh my
so.
god.
It was horrible. My brother's probably turning in his urn right now if he would have seen a scene like that for LGBT rights and
Well-
stuff. But it's like this, okay. And like I was explaining it to you yesterday, I think. And I might got jumbled because you were like, no, that's not, you know. But to me, it's like it's fucking Gotham City, the
Yeah.
most grimiest place on Earth Prime or Earth One, apparently, because that's where they are, right? Earth
Wherever
One.
they are.
It's supposed to be the most grimiest place on Earth One. And this dude's freaking out because a girl held another girl's hand.
Well, and not only that, the shit the guy is giving to is to the white woman. I was like, okay, if this dude's a homophobe, he's probably racist too. Are we not talking about the black girl who's sitting right across from her, who is the other side? I just go, like, what are we doing here? And it's so forced and cringy and like.
It honestly felt like a reshoot. Like
It was so
they
bad.
shot that scene just to toss it in there because by the end of the show, you know, she's just like, well, we can't, whatever. And then the one girl goes back to her husband anyways. It's not like anything actually came from that scene.
It was just for the scene.
It was
literally
just to
have
push
the conversation.
that moment in there. And
Well, and 2 times in
I
a
don't
row in this episode, she has a "I'm gonna call my daddy" moment. Like, it was horrible. Like, okay, so what are you worried about? Oh, what's her face is gonna call my dad and tell me I'm Batwoman, and he's gonna put me in timeout, and then I can't be Batwoman anymore.
I did
And
like
then
Alfred's daughter though.
Yeah, I was kind of
pretty
feeling
dope.
that. And
I
then,
want to see more of her coming in there if they're gonna build like some weird
Yeah.
team or some shit.
And then in the restaurant, she's like, "Do you need me to call my stepmom because she'll shut this place down?"
No, stepsister.
Or okay,
Text my stepsister. She has so many followers.
fucking kill me.
Yeah.
And I was like, remember when? And this was something that came up in one of the reviews, which I was like, yeah, 100%. Especially because you can tell they're lifting a lot of elements from The Dark Knight.
Yeah.
It's like, remember when Bruce Wayne used to do baller ass shit for his own money, with his own money? It's
Yeah.
like the scene in the restaurant where they literally lift the restaurant scene. Bruce Wayne, they're like, you can't be in here, blah blah blah.
He just
And
fucking
goes,
bought it.
he buys the fucking place, and then like the models are like hanging out in the fountain. and
Well,
shit.
I mean, Kate Kane doesn't have the Bruce Wayne money.
Yeah, she did. They absolutely allude to that she's just taken over the Wayne Tower. Where does she even live?
How does she take over Wayne Tower? No one
That's what I'm
works
saying.
there.
That's what I'm saying, dude. This movie makes no sense.
It's like Bruce
This
Wayne
show makes
left
no
town.
sense.
Bruce Wayne leaves like 3 or 4 years ago, and then the company apparently just dissolves. I remember
still
in the
is
Dark
going.
Knight movies, they thought Bruce Wayne was dead because he wasn't around, so they
Right.
kept the company going, and it strived.
It was so insane. Like this fucking.
It
show
doesn't
is
really
retarded.
help too because like with Batwoman, she works better as part of like the Bat team.
Yeah.
all the Batman characters kind of work better as the Bat team. In the comics, you know, she was about the same age as Bruce.
But the whole thing is that they just want to make her Batman, which I'm like, you can't do that. That's like, it defeats the purpose.
They totally could have if they would have done this on another Earth that didn't already reference Batman.
That could have worked too. My whole thing was
honestly, that's how it should have been.
Well, they had Bruce disappeared.
Well,
Batman disappeared, right? They're like, Batman's gone, right?
Yeah,
so now,
he up and left.
But he still exists. Like, apparently
Yes.
he's still contacting Luke and, like, all this stuff. He's still around. I'm like, where the fuck is he then?
Yeah.
You have to explain why he's not.
Yeah.
People are being murdered in the movie or in the fucking town, and nobody's addressing it. And, like,
maybe Batman jumps from Earth to Earth, and it's the same Bruce Wayne in freaking Titans.
So here was my thing. You were telling me to kind of like rewrite this, quote unquote, like come up with my own idea. My first idea for the fucking setup is, why not have Bruce disappeared because of Crisis? Like, he got tapped like when Oliver did.
Yeah.
And he's gone because of that. So then,
hey, you never know. I mean, maybe that's what happened.
And Gotham falls into disarray. Something happens to her dad, who's running the military place.
Yeah.
Or the Crows. Kate Kane is already established. She's been in the military. She used to be a Crow, but she left to go do other things for reasons. We can figure those out later. She comes back because her dad is injured because Gotham's getting worse because Bruce just suddenly disappeared. And most likely we can make it because of the events of Crisis, and he just got phased out. So now she comes in and pulls like a Sarah Lance, where she's just wearing the red wig and some Kevlar and going around and being a vigilante for a couple of episodes, like 2 episodes. Then she gets shot, goes to Wayne Tower because it's the only place she knows where to go. Luke finds her and has to heal her up. Kind of like, you remember when Felicity found out that Oliver was the Arrow?
Mm-hmm.
Kind of something like that. And now, because she's been doing this, and he's like, I see what you've been doing. I guess it runs in the Wayne family or something like that. And she's like, what? Finds out all this stuff. And then he gears her up with everything because he understands, like, she's trying to do this thing.
Right.
Like, there you go. And then it's like, well, but what about her guns? Fucking rubber bullets, dude. Do what they did in whatchamacallit?
Arrow?
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Icers?
How they had, like, the icer bullets?
Yeah.
Do something like that. And she could actually use guns then, and her military experience would make sense. It's so lame. It's just like, you wanted to turn her literally into Batman that you missed the whole point of her character. It was just dumb. It's just really frustrating because this could have been good. Like,
honestly, they made her look badass, but again, she had like Flash and Arrow in the scenes too in the last crossover.
Again, the problem was is you introduced her in an action scene. It's just hard. It's just
again though, they should have done to her what they did with Supergirl and just had her on a different Earth.
Sure,
it would have been a little easier to explain a lot of these other things.
Have they established they're on Earth 1 though?
Yeah, she was in the fucking crossover that was on Earth 1. No, everything was on Earth 1.
Smallville wasn't on Earth 1?
No. Everything in
Elseworlds? No.
Elseworlds was on Earth 1.
I think Gotham was on a different Earth, man.
No.
I'll double check. You're usually right about this shit more than I am.
Because they go to Earth 32 or whatever Supergirl is on to get her.
52. Yeah.
52, whatever. Yeah,
whatever.
Probably 52. The new 52 type thing.
Yeah.
And then they bring her back to their place, and it was weird.
Yeah, I'll double check.
I don't know. Honestly, they might have just conjoined all the fucking worlds at that time.
It's kind of what I feel
I'm
like.
not sure. Because the guy with the book that could change stuff was on Earth 1. So it had to be Earth 1.
Yeah, I think you might be right. I don't know. That was so confusing.
Because it was the time too. They didn't even have Flash powers. It was just like they were criminals or some shit.
Yeah. I'm just getting annoyed with this whole idea that she's like the first female badass in the CW. I'm just like,
no, Supergirl, bro.
Well, I was actually going to argue. I actually posted a side-by-side video of the little training scene of Ruby Rose just doing flips and cardio kickboxing at the air.
Yeah.
And then a hard cuts to Sarah Lance doing the fucking salmon ladder with her fucking ice chiseled fucking abs. And then she's like doing the stick fight with Diggle and Oliver and holding her own and then getting whapped in the face. I go, you already had badass people who slept with other women. Like, oh my God. Like, what is this show? It's so
And Supergirl's sister, too.
Yeah, fucking what's her face? I don't know her name to save my life. Alex?
Alex.
It's like fucking. It's so dumb. I hate this idea that like people are praising people for solving problems or doing things that wasn't actually a problem.
My issue is the Batwoman show could be a lot better if you had somebody who was acting. No offense to Ruby Rose. But she doesn't seem like she's acting. She just seems like she's being herself.
Saying words.
It's not like... And everybody... people got to get over this whole thing of like, it's a gay character. It needs to be a gay actor. No, that's not acting. Yeah. Fucking Neil Patrick Harris played a straight player for 7 or 8 seasons on
Who's
TV.
considered one of the coolest people ever.
Yes.
What the fuck, CW? What the fuck, CW? What the fuck, CW? We love you so much.
But what the fuck?
What the fuck?
Okay, that was about 20 minutes of wasted time right there on fucking CW. Batwoman.
You're welcome. Look, man, I talk about the things I talk about when I talk about them. Nailed it.
All right, so on to another topic of apparently feministic wokeness.
What? Is that a thing?
So Elizabeth Banks was saying shit in some interviews about what was it exactly? It was my film would have done better if men audiences would have gone
so
out
here it is.
You got the quote?
I got you. No, but I've been listening extensively. Her idea is if this movie flops, it's going to perpetuate the idea that people don't want to see strong female leads in an action film. So then immediately the internet came after her and was immediately like, what are you talking about? And then they just started spamming her with pictures of like Captain Marvel, Last Jedi, and
I think people went and saw Captain Marvel just to talk shit about it.
Or then find Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
So then of course,
well, not only you got Wonder Woman, you had all the Resident Evil movies, the Underworld movies, Tank Girl.
But you gotta play. But you gotta play under the idea that apparently all these people who bitch about this stuff haven't seen a movie in the last 5 years. That's kind of how I play this.
Okay, so you still have Wonder Woman, Captain Marvel.
You could maybe say Men in Black International, which failed though.
No.
So I don't know if that counts.
No, I wouldn't say that one.
Terminator Dark Fate failed too, I guess. But regardless, the whole thing is that it's not true. It's just the ones that flopped were bad movies. And
here's the thing
she moved the goal. But wait. Yeah. But then she moves the goalposts and goes, well, those movies don't count, like Wonder Woman and stuff. They don't count because they're a male genre. First of all, it's sexist.
Male-based genre.
And then second, she goes, well, and they also lead up to things like Justice League or Endgame. And I go,
which is true. I mean,
but at the same time,
what she's saying is not completely false. Everything, but
it's a
she's
straw man
like in that
thing.
In that like one there's like 5-10% of what she's saying is like, yeah, okay, I get what you're saying, but you're saying it wrong. And the fact that she's saying it doing press for her movie just makes people not want to see the movie. You know what I mean? Because it's like, okay, so you're saying if I don't go see this movie because of like feminism or some shit like that, that I'm like a misogynistic pig or some bullshit. One, I'm going to be open. I saw the fucking movie.
Yeah.
Yes, not yesterday, the day before, so 2 days ago. And I loved it. I thought it was better than Hobbs and Shaw. And I keep saying that to everybody.
Which is funny because then that would require people to see Hobbs and Shaw, which also you're talking. But then you'd also make the argument that's really funny because Hobbs and Shaw is a spinoff of a very
lucrative
franchise.
very
popular franchise, and it's still
wasn't that one bomb or?
I don't
because I just recently watched Hobbs and
Does
Shaw.
Anything with
too.
the Rock bomb? I don't know. Was the last thing that I don't even think Rampage bombed. I thought that did all right.
I don't know.
I think the box office loves some Dwayne Johnson, man.
We'll
They love
talk
that
about
Johnson.
Hobbs and Shaw in a second.
Okay.
Once we get past this,
I'm Black
this whole
Superman.
thing. But it's like for the franchise, because she's also basing her assumption on Charlie's Angels isn't a franchise that's been around since what, the 60s, 70s?
Yeah, something like that. I would say let's just go 70s because that was when Farrah Fawcett and all them.
It was like it missed the sexual revolution type stuff and all that
Yeah,
crap. But it was like you're basing your assumption that your franchise, you're literally doing a franchise movie.
Yeah.
Just like all these other ones that you're talking about.
It's why you made it. You bought the name.
And not only that, Wonder Woman had a TV show back when the Charlie's Angels had a TV show.
Also true.
It's like, people went and saw it because they wanted to see a new Wonder Woman. And also Wonder Woman had the same actress from the Fast and Furious franchise too. So, I mean.
Got a good dope.
And of course, Chris Pine was in it.
Dude,
it actually
what a
had some
fox.
good actors. Damn.
What a fucking fox. Dude, there's like essentially a full nude scene with Chris Pine. Done. I'm there.
But like she's going under this assumption that she's like creating this brand new brand.
Yeah.
Brand new brand.
Reinventing
She's creating
the world.
a new thing.
Reinventing the world.
No, it's
the wheel.
like she has a whole new original concept. It's not original.
No.
And like I said again, I saw it. I liked it. It wasn't I would prefer the 2000 and 2003 versions with
those were fun. Those are not particularly awesome, but
no,
they're
there
fun.
can't be. That's what
Like what's Drew Barrymore,
Cameron
Lucy Liu,
Diaz and
Cameron
Lucy.
Diaz.
Yeah,
And then they brought Demi Moore in for the second one.
yeah.
Which somehow was still hot at like 50 or something. Or
Which
60.
it was really cool. So there might be possible spoilers for this new one, but nothing like major.
I don't think anybody's fucking watching
or anything.
this film, man.
But like, so how she did this movie, like, there's no like super hyper feminism bullshit in this movie, like everyone probably thinks and is worried about when they go see it. It has none of that. I mean, it fucking has a scene with Kristen Stewart's ass hanging out that just made me want to go bong.
Which funny that you mentioned her first. Not so much her acting, but her face, or I mean her
ass.
In the
Which
trailer,
I don't even know if it was actually her ass.
Oh my
'Cause,
god! Butt double.
Butt doubles.
Fucking through the trailer, it was I couldn't believe. I was so stunned. I was at a point where I'm like, do I kind of want to see this? Because this seems like the first time I get to see Kristen Stewart actually act. She
Right.
seemed like the most, I don't know, charismatic person in the film. And when I'm saying that,
She totally
that makes me
is.
nervous.
She's
But
like
that makes me nervous.
her character is like the jumpy around badass, like I gotta do everything. I don't care. Yeah, the Drew
Cameron
Barrymore
Diaz
kind.
character, or the Cameron Diaz
it was the-
shaking her ass in the
No, it was the Drew Barrymore one where she was
Okay.
like more like, just whatever. And then the one chick, I'm trying to remember her name.
The
Naomi
super tall one or the
Scott?
tiny one? It's the super tall one or the short one?
The Ella Belinska.
Sure.
She's like a ex MI6 agent.
Is she the like super tall chick or the?
Yeah, I guess
the
so.
short
She
one?
would be a tall
Okay.
chick. Yeah, and Naomi Scott is the short chick. And she's kind of like the one they're protecting. She's not really an
Okay.
angel until like way.
Oh, that's
yeah.
weak. I want to see the team.
Well, no, this is the thing too. They're not the angels from like, they're not your traditional angels. So this is the one spoiler I'm gonna say in the movie. It's really cool because they begin the movie. Patrick Stewart is Bosley, of course.
Yeah, boy.
And then he's retiring.
Okay. Well,
And he goes into a room and there's a bunch of Bosleys. Fucking Michael Strahan's on one of the screens. He's a Bosley, and
Oh, no.
because
Does
Bosley's
that-
like a ranking.
Does
in the
that mean
thing.
that fucking Elizabeth Banks is gonna be fucking Bosley at the end of the film?
No, she's Bosley as well. She's
Oh,
supposed
kill
to
me.
be the first angel that got upgraded to rank of Bosley.
Fucking. Of
So
course. Why not?
yeah,
Why not?
Which I knew was gonna happen as soon as the trailer dropped, and so then he's retiring and shit like that. But then they're showing like pictures of him where he was, because he's now at a different place. He's not in the States, but he used to be everywhere with different angels. And they show the angels from like the TV show. They show the angels from the Drew Barrymore one and shit like that. So all these things are all canon. They're all together. This is literally just a continuation later down the road.
That makes my heart hurt a little more.
So they're not like the angels that, like from the three girls that we saw in the 2000s, but they weren't even the same girls from like the I think the
No.
Farrah Fawcett age or whatever.
I don't think so.
So they weren't.
Can I get this out of my brain because I like it? I don't know if they used this in the 2000s one, but I would love one where they have to go because I remember Demi Moore being like a rogue angel, like she
Yeah.
used to be an angel.
Yeah.
I want more of that, but I want her code name to be Lucy. And it's like, why? Because she's a fallen angel. Anyway, that was lame. I'm
Okay.
sorry. That was too on the nose. I needed it
Wow.
though. I had to get it out.
Wow. But no, like the movie was decent, and again, better than the Hobbs and Shaw. It actually had a better story arc. Especially if you're a Charlie's Angels fan, you'll appreciate this more than what I appreciated of Hobbs and Shaw being a Fast and Furious fan.
Yeah.
Because that really fucked it all up, and we'll get into that. But
I'm just sad to see Elizabeth Banks doing all this weird stuff in the press because I'm a huge fan.
yeah,
like, a
she
huge
does
fan.
really good stuff. Like Pitch Perfect 2 was fucking dope.
See, I loved Pitch Perfect 1. 2 was kind of like
2 was the only one she directed, though.
they added more Rebel
think.
Wilson. They added more Rebel Wilson in the second one, and I so was not feeling
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, she
it was
directed
fun.
Pitch Perfect 2. That's the only one she directed.
Well, the first one was much better. The second one was fun, and I enjoyed it. The third one is fucking trash. I don't know who did whatever on that one. That one was just a big
I'm not
ball
sure.
of anus.
She produced all three of them, though. They were her
Yeah.
projects. But the director for the third one was Trish Sai. I have no clue.
She's terrible. First two are pretty good. First one's great. But I've liked her since she was on Scrubs, man. Like, I've been a huge fan of her, and but you know, we all
happens.
drink
I
our
mean,
Kool-Aid from time to time.
The whole thing is, and I've told this to multiple people, I just wish like the directors or the creators of these projects would stop going on press trying to like spout their political bullshit
It's so weird.
before
It's so
the
weird.
movie comes out, even.
Right?
Because
Let the
it's
movie
like
come out.
let the art speak for itself. Let
I
it,
agree.
because she was saying this stuff before opening weekend, wasn't she?
It was so weird, dude. It was like weeks beforehand.
Yeah.
It was insane.
And then the box office just proved that when you talk before your fucking movie
Yeah.
comes out, because like I was looking forward to seeing this movie as soon as I saw the first trailer, even though
I
the
was considering
trailers
it.
were
I was
weak, the
absolutely there.
advertising is really weak on this one. They don't really show a plot in the trailers either, so you're kind of just like, it's just a bunch of girls running around.
Just an action film.
Yeah.
It's literally just Fast and the Furious with chicks. Like, that's what it looked like.
Kind
I
of,
was like,
yeah.
fine. I was
Yeah.
like, fine. Sure. Why not?
And it was good. I liked it. And I really just wish that she wouldn't have went out talking about it like that. It's like, okay, we get that you're a feminist or consider yourself like in that
Whatever,
group
yeah.
or whatever, but it's like you don't need to push it when you're. I would be pissed off if I was the person who owned the studio.
Yeah.
It's like, look, you directed it, but hey, we still gotta make some fucking money on this. They spent, okay, so this is what I was gonna get to earlier when you were talking about advertising budgets. Their advertising budget for this was $40 million.
Wow, really? That's insane. Because I saw nothing. I think the most promotion I got were a couple of trailers and that fucking music video
Yeah.
that they did with Ariana Grande.
That's
and
probably where
Miley.
the fucking thing went to, is the music video. Which
didn't even think of
apparently
that.
seeing the music video deterred a lot of people from wanting to see the movie too, of what I'm hearing.
I'm kind of on that. I
because
really didn't like that song. I
the-
didn't like it.
Well, I guess in the music video, I didn't watch it yet. Someone in our group sent it to me. because she said as soon as she saw this, she thought the whole movie was going to be like this big, huge feministic, beating up men type movie.
Yeah.
And honestly, it's no different than any other Charlie's Angels iteration.
That's what I was gonna say.
There's no
like, is that really
pushing.
even? If that's even a bad thing? I mean, could you imagine like
The
it's
bad
a
guys
sex
in
traffic-
Charlie's Angels have always been like dudes, generally, except for like in the 2003 where they had the fallen angel.
But how's it fucking
God
any
damn it.
different? Sorry. How's it any fucking different than like Hobbs and Shaw going around and just kicking the shit out of a bunch
Yeah.
of dudes? Are they feminists too? Like, who cares? Like, I don't care who they're beating up as long as I have a
Well,
motivation.
no,
for
I
beating
guess
them
it
up.
wasn't necessarily them beating them up, but like making it men bad, women
But you know what I
good,
mean.
You
You know exactly.
Yeah, I know what you
Come on.
mean. But that's like what these people are like,
Yeah,
we don't
I
want it
feel
to
you.
be like, why is Hollywood making men all the bad things? I'm just like, because if a woman beats the shit out of a dude, it's kind of cool. If a dude
Sure.
beats the shit out of a woman for no reason,
Not quite so
not cool. You might look at that actor differently too.
Well, and it's just funny because when you start to like split hairs about who your villains are, it's
Yeah.
like you can't make anybody fucking happy. You think I feel good and represented because as a bald man that like I'm always the henchman or the bad guy?
I mean, The Rock and Jason Statham.
But I mean, they've played the bad guy. They were bad guys turned good guys.
When did The Rock was a bad guy besides Doom?
Well, he's gonna be Black Adam soon.
Black Adam's kind of both. He goes both ways. He's binary like that.
You can make the argument he was like the pseudo. I guess he wasn't necessarily a villain, but he was the antagonist for Fast Five. Like you were essentially rooting against him because you wanted your heroes.
You
to
wanted
win.
to see Vin Diesel beat the shit out of him.
Yeah, but
So let's dive into that
Oh, okay.
because I'm done.
Oh
There's-
yeah,
I
fucking
have-
Hobbs and Shaw. I forgot. I
fucking-
totally forgot.
And I have one other movie that I had seen too that I wanted to just say some words about. But for Hobbs and Shaw, like, okay, one, just go see Charlie's Angels, guys, if you haven't already. It's actually a pretty good movie.
it could be fun.
Fuck what the
Why not?
director says. It's basically how I felt when, Endgame came out and they were like, oh, well, this, and this happened. I don't give
Yeah.
a fuck what the creators or directors say. I'm going to make a better story in my head.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, so fuck Hobbs and Shaw, dude.
Oh man.
They took this franchise and so for Fast and Furious, where are you stand at? Like, where's the last one you've seen? Have you seen
Okay.
all of them?
So 1 and 2 are my favorites. The
Okay.
first one's my favorite just because it's
First
grounded.
one's just grounded
and,
is dope.
and I just enjoy it.
Yeah.
The second one is a fucking cartoon, and I love it. Like it's
Second
so
one was the first
insane.
one with Tyrese Gibson too.
Exactly. Yeah, and like it opens up with like pump it up. And that soundtrack I had for 1,000 years.
Yeah.
The movie's a cartoon, but it's fun. The third one I don't give a shit about at all in any way. The fourth one I missed. The fifth one I enjoyed, especially because they went just balls out.
Yeah.
That was the one with the vault being,
That was the vault and everything
and the
else,
first
yeah.
rock. I think
The first rock one, yep.
and then I've missed the rest. I haven't seen any after
Okay.
that.
So,
I know.
one,
snippets
you were
and stuff.
talking about episode 2. 2 being
Yeah.
like a cartoon. They're actually having a Netflix cartoon
Shut
for
up!
Fast and Furious.
No,
That's going to be
Really?
coming out. Yeah, it's going to be like Toretto's cousin or some shit is what it is, yeah.
Okay, can I say, I don't hate that idea.
It actually looks like it could be pretty fun as like a
It could essentially
cartoon.
be speed racer.
Yeah, that's what I said when I saw it. I was like, that doesn't look bad for a cartoon show about racing cars. I was
driving
like, it's
cars.
like Speed Racer, but with a based in a world that we.
like a gangster
I've seen,
element
yeah.
to it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm in. Sure, fuck it. Why not?
So I saw that trailer. That would look interesting. I was like, I'm probably not gonna watch all of it because I don't care that much.
It'll be more of like if I'm on YouTube, I'll watch clips and laugh and whatever.
So then I've seen all of them, every single one. I own every single one of them too. I'm not sure if I'm gonna own Hobbs and Shaw now. So I rented it and we watched it. So in number 6, they have. I'm trying to remember if 6 they bring in Shaw's brother, Owen Shaw. I believe it's 6.
Okay.
and he's like the big bad in there. Owen Shaw's the bad guy in there. Towards the end of it, like he ends up getting like hospitalized or some shit. They allude to him being dead, but in the next movie they open it with him being in the hospital. At the end of 6, they do a cut scene where Deckard Shaw, who is the Shaw that Jason Statham plays, they do like a weird cut scene with him at the end of Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift, so Fast 3. Making him basically responsible for Han's death.
Okay.
Like
Solo.
he
Got it.
He killed
Love Star
Solo.
Wars.
No, Han's the Japanese dude.
The Asian man.
But they do that, and that's how the next movie ends into like, oh, Shaw goes and sees his brother at the hospital. Then you realize, oh, his brother's not fucking dead. Okay,
Gotcha.
but now he's like on this vendetta to kill everyone in Toretto's crew.
Yeah.
And that's like the whole 7th movie.
Which seems great. That sounds like a great premise. Sure. Revenge story. Why not?
And then, wait, did I just say 6 was Owen, 7 was Deckard, and then 8
Fate of the Furious.
That's the one they had to like do re-edits, right?
Yeah. That was when we lost Paul Walker.
No, that was 7. 8 they didn't
What's that?
have Paul Walker. Yeah. Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yep. Because they allude to like, should we call up dude? And they're like, no, I don't want him. He's got a family now. Blah blah blah.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. So at the end of 7, Deckard Shaw gets arrested. He goes to jail. And then 8 opens up, and somehow that's the one where like what's his name? Vin Diesel's character is like corrupted. He has to help the bad guy, and we don't know why and shit like that.
Yep, I remember that. Yeah.
And then The Rock ends up getting fucking arrested and put in the same area as Shaw and stuff like that. Then they break out of the fucking prison, beating the shit out of each other.
he moves a fucking torpedo with his hand.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And then like, you know, they have the fight in the prison. They get out of the prison, and then there's like some special agency or some shit that just grabs these 2 guys. You know, one is a former military dude, and then you have Shaw. And there's like, all right, we need you to help us, you know, catch Toretto and all this shit. Then they have fucking and this is my questioning the entire time in that movie was you have Deckard Shaw helping Toretto's crew after he killed one of their buddies in the last movie.
Oh.
And tried to kill every single one of them.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, what is going on? And then by the end of that movie, some shit happens where Owen and Deckard, the brothers, Shaw brothers, help Toretto out.
Gotcha.
And they did do something at the end, which is kind of cool, whatever.
So then we move into Hobbs and Shaw.
So then you move into Hobbs and Shaw.
And now they're just buddies.
No, they don't like each other.
So they still don't
like each other. By the end of the movie, they realize they have to work together, blah, blah, blah.
Gotcha.
All that dumb shit. But they do dumbass shit in here. Apparently, Shaw's mom is in the hospital. There's total spoilers for this fucking movie, because unless you really want to watch it.
No, I imagine it's pretty
straightforward.
Generic.
But like,
I'm assuming
apparently
the blonde chick's probably like Statham's sister or something. Isn't that what the premise was?
Yes. Yeah. Which they've never mentioned he has a sister, but in this entire movie, so that's what basically my spoiler thing was going to be, is like, they never once fucking mention his brother. He never calls up his brother to help with his sister.
Are we just supposed to assume he's still in the fucking hospital?
No,
Like,
he's
just in a
not,
coma.
because he helped out in the last movie.
Oh shit!
And so, yeah.
So he just doesn't exist then.
So I'm
Okay.
kind of
awesome.
curious, like, was Fast 9 supposed to happen before this, but then shit got changed around? Because I know Vin and Tyrese were pissed off about it.
No, it's a multiverse.
Yeah. Yeah, I wish. Fuck. But
So-
they make note about they just worked together on this last gig. I'm like,
Okay.
they really didn't work together in the last one, but okay, whatever. We'll go with it. And then The Rock and him have to team up, and they never team up really until the very end, you know.
Yeah.
And it's just generic, horrible action. Dude, the Expendable movies are better than this for action.
And a lot of the CGI looked a little needless and like a little insane. Like the helicopter scene didn't look, I mean, it was neato, but it looked kind of dumb in the trailer still. And all the stuff with Idris Elba looks like they over CGI a lot of stuff with him.
They do. The cool, like their cool car scene in this movie, like they even like push the button and you see the fucking shit happening inside. I'm just like, y'all are trying too hard. This isn't a Fast and Furious movie. It's a spin-off.
It's like Men in Black. It's like fucking Men in Black all of a sudden.
It's like, why are you guys doing that? No. Vin's not here to direct y'all to do this shit right. But like they do this really like, it was okay scene. It wasn't a horrible like car cool scene. It's like cars and a helicopter and shit like that. And fucking dude, there's a scene at the beginning of Fast 8 where it's just a race scene and like Vin's car catches on fire and shit. That was more entertaining than this like final race scene that was supposed to be like their big bad scene in this movie. And I was just like,
they were race baiting you.
Oh, they were on Samoa too.
Oh no! I love those cookies.
And it's funny, they like, you know, you could tell. I think The Rock had a lot of push in that movie.
Okay.
Because of course they're in Samoa. They never once. His character is completely different than any of the other Fast and Furious movies. He's a lot more lighthearted. He's not like.
They made him The Rock.
They made him The Rock from like Jumanji and shit like that. Yeah. But like, it's like, you know, they in Fast 5 when they introduce him and they kept it going pretty much through the other ones, is he's like your all-American boy, like butch army guy and shit like that.
G.I. Joe.
Yeah.
He was like G.I. fucking Joe.
He literally was in G.I. Joe too.
Oh shit, he wasn't he?
Yeah.
It's the goatee, man. They take the goatee off and he's just useless.
Yeah. But it's like his character was completely fucked up. It was different. It made no sense. Dude, the intro of the movie is literally him waking up. They do like a side-by-side of him and Shaw both waking up in different worlds and seeing like how they do their shit.
Oh, okay.
He wakes up. He gets up. It literally looks like you're watching The Rock wake up for real. Because instead of like cooking his eggs, he's drinking them, and then he goes to the weight room and he's just like bulking up and shit. I'm like, you guys just followed The Rock for a day.
Yeah,
shot the intro.
Just strap a GoPro to him and
then they jump to like a scene kind of like from what was that horrible that no, it actually wasn't that bad. The one he did that had Christopher Walken in it and shit, and the Stifler.
Oh, The Rundown.
The Rundown, where he has to like. He goes into the bar and like beats the shit out of everybody. Yep. They did that right after he does his workout. Like he gets a phone call. He's like, "Where at?" And he goes and does that. And
that's funny.
I was just like, except he's in like a tattoo parlor or some bullshit. I'm just like, what?
So hard.
Why? This is like, it was so horrible. And you could really tell because Vin Diesel has been behind all the Fast movies except for Tokyo Drift
I think so, yeah.
and 2. Everything after those, he's like, because he owns it.
Okay.
And you could tell they missed the mark on it. Like, they tried to do, like, the family tie-in, like every Fast and Furious movie has with Toretto and stuff. I'm like, y'all are just missing Toretto. Y'all tried to do a Fast and Furious movie without the Toretto family, and it just didn't work. Vin's, like, emotionless face is what makes those scenes work, you know, and there's not like a joke every 2 seconds.
Yeah,
and
that's
stuff.
always the big
like,
thing.
With this movie,
you gotta make the dummies laugh, man. You gotta make the dummies laugh and go, ooh.
They have 2 cameos, and I don't know if I should spoil them or not for you.
Bring it. Why not?
Well, guess one cameo.
Ooh, Jonathan Taylor Thomas.
No, they actually had him in one of the other Fast and Furious movies. They actually had him in Fast 7.
Wow, really?
Yeah, no. Never mind. No. Oh. It wasn't him. It was a guy from the Tokyo Drift movie.
Is it a random ass cameo or is it somebody within the world?
It's not someone within the world.
So, I have no idea.
Fits in the car seat.
What?
He fits in the car seat.
The mini-me.
Fucking The Rock.
No, wait, he's dead.
Like, who is always in The Rock
Oh,
stuff?
Kevin Hart? No, kill me.
Yes.
Why? Why is he in this film?
And he just fucking plays himself, too. I'm just
No.
like, God, why? And then they have another guy, but I think he might actually have a part bigger later on because they made him, no, they made him a CIA guy. It was Ryan Reynolds.
That makes me sad as well.
And like he's apparently like friends with The Rock and shit, and he like has the same tattoo on his fucking shoulder.
Oh my god.
They like make him like he played fucking Ryan Reynolds, and Kevin Hart played fucking Kevin Hart.
Let's be fair. Ryan Reynolds always plays fucking Ryan Reynolds at this point. If
Yeah.
he's not Deadpool at this point, nobody cares. Like,
Yeah.
oh, that's sad.
Yeah.
I'm sad for you, man.
It was
I'm sad for you.
It was horrible.
Who would've
And this was
thought?
a movie I was really looking forward
That
to
was the one you
seeing
wanted
in
to see.
theaters
And I remember
too.
seeing the trailer and going like, I actually kind of want to
Yeah.
see this.
Yeah,
That's a
it was
shame.
that one movie. It was like this was supposed to be the action movie for the year.
For you.
Like you
Definitely
have
for you.
that
Yeah.
much like not even like the Fast and Furious brand, but you have The Rock, Jason Statham,
yep.
and Idris Elba.
Yeah.
What
You
the
have black
fuck?
You have Black Superman. Like,
Yeah.
come on. What do you want?
And
What else
like
do you
his
want?
character was like probably the one I could accept more. He had a fucking motorcycle though that acted like a transformer. I was like, motherfucker, somebody finally listened to me and put Transformers and Fast and Furious together.
That's awesome.
I've
I
always
would watch
wanted that
that.
crossover.
I would watch the shit out of that.
Right?
To be completely honest.
Can you imagine Vin Diesel driving around fucking like Optimus Prime or
Dude,
fucking,
and they're like out voicing each other. Roll out. No. Roll out. Like,
I am Groot.
that's fucked up. Don't give them ideas, Michael. Don't give them ideas.
At the end of the Fast and Furious Transformer.
And then they like
Movie.
he turns on and then he turns on like the radio and it's like ooga chaka ooga ooga. Oh no. Well, okay, so don't go see Hobbs and Shaw in the theater then.
It's
Is that
not
what
in
I'm hearing?
theaters anymore.
Oh, it's done. Oh yeah, it just came
It's
out
on Redbox.
Blu-ray
That's
or
how I
whatever.
saw it. I
So
got it from Redbox.
don't waste your time, or go ahead and see it, make fun of it, and don't pay for it if you can.
Yeah, do that if you want to waste your time. I would rather y'all go watch Charlie's Angels, honestly.
Fair enough.
Like, if you want to watch an action movie with just a bunch of dudes in it and making some jokes, go
I
watch
love
The
me some dudes.
Expendables. Even
love me some
Expendables
dudes.
3, which was a horrible one, was better than this Hobbs and Shaw one.
Well, all right then.
And I only
And-
say it was
and-
a horrible one because they basically got rid of all the cool action stars in
I will take
Expendables
your-
3.
I will take your fucking word for it because you actually watch all of these films. Again, you've heard my selection. I don't hate them. I think they're kind of fun. I don't.
Yeah.
That's kind of sad. I figured Hobbs and Shaw was going to work. I like Jason Statham a lot. I like The Rock, obviously. Who doesn't? Man, hearing the Kevin Hart thing really breaks my soul. I'm
Yeah,
not
and it's
gonna lie.
like I was told that Kevin Hart guests in it, and then they didn't tell me who the other guest guy was, so I was kind of like, makes sense because I've been seeing Ryan Reynolds like liking The Rock on Instagram all the time and shit, so I was like, okay, that probably makes sense now, but and they're doing something. I think The Rock might be in that sequel to the Hitman's Bodyguard, maybe. I'm not sure.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. But yeah, it was cool. I mean, it wasn't that cool. Honestly, I thought
I love how you tried to be nice.
Yeah.
And you're like, nah, I can't do it.
the Rock's had his cousin Roman Reigns, who's in the WWE.
Okay.
He was in the movie as one of the Samoan brothers, and he didn't fucking do anything. I was like, why? Why is he
Just showed
not
up?
like talking? He just was standing in the back. He fought, and yeah.
Just wanted the face, man. Wanted people to go, ooh, I know him.
I was like, y'all should have just had Jason Momoa in this bitch too. If you're gonna put talentless actors
Sure,
in there.
dude, I can't believe that hasn't fucking happened yet. Like, can I tell you that?
Jason Momoa
That-
and The Rock.
Why is that not a thing?
In the Black Adam movie, he's gonna fight Aquaman. I just
Dude,
gave them a good idea to
actually like
pitch that.
idea. Oh, well, I mean, imagine it. Fucking Black Adam is electric based. He can't fight in the fucking water, dude. He'd be fucked. So he'd have to figure out a way.
Yeah.
That could be dope. Good, and it would really break the element of heroes always having to fight them fucking selves, essentially.
Right. And having Black Adam fighting
You
Shazam
fucked up, dude.
was
That's
just
a
stupid.
great idea. That is a great idea. God damn it. That is fuck. Michael, can you pitch that, please? I will watch that.
Speaking of pitching to DC,
Oh no.
I actually did do a pitch to DC. They have a DCU was
you sent me
taking they were taking pitches for a non-narrative unscripted show and shit. I'm not sure when they're supposed to announce anything, but yeah. So
I'm excited to hear what you did.
once they announce something and I wasn't picked because I know I wasn't, most likely, I'll then just say what I
we'll
did.
just talk about it and then we'll make it.
Yeah. And then
okay,
go on.
I know you gotta be heading out soon, so I kind of wanted to end with a non-action movie for once. What? What's up? You okay?
Wait, what is it? Because I have one other movie I did see that I wanted to just do a shout out to.
Well, my whole thing is after listening to you guys last week, it was you, EJ, and Austin again, I believe, for the Parasite.
Yes,
one.
on the Parasite.
So that was a week or two ago. You guys brought up A24 Studios, obviously, because they did
Yes.
Lighthouse, and you guys really enjoyed that.
They're doing that new Adam Sandler one. Oh my god.
That's the one I'm talking about. Uncut Gems, I think it's called. It looks awesome. So you guys talked about that so much and about how I've always liked Adam Sandler when you can tell he's trying.
Mm-hmm.
And I like him in his serious roles too. He does a really good. He kind of reminded me of Robin Williams, where like Robin Williams could do both really well.
Yeah.
Comedy and drama. There was a old movie that I've been trying to watch with Hannah for a long time because I really remember enjoying it, and it's a super drama. It's called Reign Over Me.
Yeah.
And it's got Don Cheadle
That's got
and Adam Sandler,
yeah.
and Liv Tyler's in it as well. Super sad. So if you want to watch it, it's a super sad film. It's also a little bit better just because the premise is kind of like, I don't want to ruin it because there's some like decent twists that they allude to. It is kind of 9/11, but don't let anybody trick you in thinking it's not fucking like, you don't watch the fucking Twin Towers fall.
Right,
you don't
right.
see a plane fall into anything. They don't even say 9/11 in this. So, it's a really, really good film. Don Cheadle and Adam Sandler are fucking awesome. And Hannah made me nerd out in town because whenever we move, we have to go get our library card from the public library. So we went and signed up, and nowadays they have audiobooks and DVDs and all kinds of shit other than books. So remember, kids, it's not hard having fun isn't hard when you have a library card. That was it. And so we went, and I finally was able to get a copy of Reign Over Me, and we watched it last night, and we cried like bitches. It was insane. It's fucking great film from a long time ago, and I think since it's so far away from September 11th, I think you can appreciate it a little bit more. And again, seeing Adam Sandler go into a more serious role, it was really neat just to see him do some good shit. And again, Don Cheadle's fucking incredible, and Liv Tyler has a little bit of time in there, and she does really well. So
the best thing about when you see like these more comic actors go and do these serious roles, then you really see, yeah, they're not just a shitwad that does they
can act. They actually have range and timing and understand emotion.
One? There was the Love Guru and the Adam Sandler did one around the same time.
Jack and Jill.
No, there was the Love Guru by Mike Myers.
Zohan,
yeah.
Fuck.
Zohan.
I actually kind of like Zohan.
I do too. Fucking Mariah Carey shows up for like a quick second. And then...
Don't get me wrong, that movie's pretty fucking terrible, but I actually enjoyed it. I find it kind of fun. But that would be my recommendation for I guess I'm kind of just going to try and find since I tend to watch a lot more old shit lately.
Yeah.
And since you have the theater pass, you're watching a lot of the newer stuff.
Don't remind me.
I kind of thought that, I figured that would be my contribution to the podcast towards the end is I think that'll be my recommendation. If you guys haven't seen it and are in the mood for a good cry, it's a great film. I really, really enjoy it. It's shot really, really well. it's just a lot of fun. And again, if you're an Adam Sandler fan, this really comes out of nowhere. It's really good. So again, it's Rain, like I don't know, Malagarchy or whatever you call it, the Kings and Queens, REIGN over me. It's fucking great. It's super old, but for some reason it's really difficult to find on streaming. So I had to find a DVD at a fucking public
Amazon
library.
maybe.
I looked. I assumed I might have to pay for it, but the app does me shit sometimes. Where it's like, oh, you can't buy it on the app. It's like, well, just tell me I can't buy it, dipshit. So
Okay.
anyway, that's what I had.
Well,
You're welcome.
besides Charlie's Angels,
Yes.
I think for a movie to go see, if you want to go out to see a movie, fucking Dr. Sleep, dude.
Oh,
Dr. Sleep was actually, it's not scary. I mean, it wasn't scary to me, but I watched like a lot of horror stuff. But the set builds and the reshoots of like recreating scenes from The Shining, and the actors they got to play, like Jack Nicholson's character and the mom's character, and even the boy. Like I think the boy was probably the weakest one, like as a kid. That looks exactly like the original, but like the dude that played Jack Nicholson's character, granted the face, but they got the hair right, everything.
Nailed it.
I was like, the way they recreated even the set, I was just like, holy
So
shit.
it's just kind of like almost just fun just for the sheer like remaking.
Yeah,
like,
if you
nostalgia portion of it.
honestly, if you don't like watch The Shining and then go see the movie right away, you would think that the not shootbacks, the
little call out,
the
nostalgia
recreated
moments.
scenes and stuff are like from that movie.
See, but do you think like maybe you should see some of the movies that it's poking at?
I
just,
think
like, have the relevance.
I
or-
think go and watch the movie, then go back and watch The Shining.
Okay, I could see that. Is it just strictly talking about The Shining, or does
No,
I
no,
thought
it's
jumped about a lot of
its
his
own
books.
story. They just have some like shot backs to the original. Like at the beginning, they show the kid when he was a kid still.
Gotcha.
Some stuff in there. Honestly, this movie is like The Sixth Sense meets what did I tell somebody? I said something to somebody about it, and it was like the perfect wording. Let me pull it up here.
And I have no problem feeling comfortable saying most likely if you enjoyed the book, you're probably not gonna like the movie.
Right. It's like okay, so the movie that I said was like I said it's kind of like the Unbreakable series, like those three movies mixed with the Sixth Sense vibe.
All right.
Because you got like they do some really cool stuff with it. Apparently there's a scene that some people are saying is like really scary. To me, it didn't feel scary as much as it was just kind of like uncomfortable. But it's also been a scene that I've been looking at, like, why haven't we seen this in the movie? Because this shit is scary when you would think about it and stuff.
Is this like a psychological thriller kind of thing? It's like, oh, is it in his head, or is it more like it's actually happening?
It's all happening.
Okay.
Yeah.
that's cool.
Yeah, the girl that they got to play the young chick in the movie, she's actually really good in this too. I don't recall her name, the actress's name, but yeah, there's some stuff that happens. Like for you, anyways, there's only one thing in it that I think you would kind of be like, ugh, but it goes by pretty fast, and it's only like.
'Cause you've seen me play scary video games, dude.
Oh no, there's no like.
I'm a pussy.
I'm trying to think. There's no jump scares or anything like that in the movie.
Okay.
Just kind of cool. Like I said, think of Sixth Sense, and think of like the especially if you watch the Last Glass movie or some shit. Glass movie, the Glass movie. But yeah, that's like one of my recommendations for a movie that's not like an action film, and it's really good. And actually. I watched that, and then we watched Hobbs and Shaw, and I realized there was the same actor in both those movies, and I was like, dude, you were so much better in Dr. Sleep. Why?
Oh man, that's brutal.
What was his name? His name was Cliff Curtis.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's a neat name.
He's got like
Shout out to CC. Cliffy C.
apparently he's gonna be in the Avatar movies. Holy shit.
Dude, fucking everybody's gonna be in the goddamn Avatar movies.
He
at
was
this
in the
point.
Meg.
There's gonna be 50 of them. Oh
Holy
no.
shit.
Oh no, not the Meg. Oh no.
I'm
Another
trying to
Jason
see if,
Statham classic with Ruby Rose. Oh my god, it's all fucking full circle.
Was
Michael.
she
It's
in
all
that
coming-
movie?
Yes, she was.
Oh man. He was a FBI director in the Live Free Die Hard with Justin Long.
I like that one.
Yeah.
Fuck anybody who doesn't like that one. I
Which
wish
I-
it was rated R, but it was good.
I'll do one more recommend to people. Go
Bring
out
it.
and listen to Justin Long's podcast, Life is Short by Justin Long.
The Nazi party?
No.
Oh.
That's kind of what it is like the style of it. It's kind of cool.
Oh, no.
So like it's called Life is Short by Justin Long. It's Justin Long and his brother Christian Long. And they go so Justin goes and does interviews with like celebrities and shit.
Gotcha.
And then he comes back, his brother listens to it, and then they commentate afterwards together on the interview. It's
Michael,
really
I don't
kinda cool.
appreciate you promoting better podcasts than ours.
I've been listening to it so much. Okay,
fucked up.
so to show you guys also how bad the Hobbs and Shaw movie is, I'm going to read a quote from Hobbs and Shaw.
Oh no, don't do it. Oh no.
By Hobbs, aka The Rock.
Calvin and Hobbes?
Calvin and Hobbs.
Can we get a Calvin and Hobbes movie
Why
like
have they
Hobbs
not
and Shaw?
made that Hobbs joke for Calvin and Why? There's
I
got
don't
to
know,
be
'cause-
some dude.
Well,
that-
because the guy never wanted to market out his stuff. That was the whole thing. And like anytime you ever see merchandise for Calvin and Hobbes, it's all bootleg
yeah.
because he never licensed out his characters.
I got like a stack of Calvin and the Hobbes books upstairs.
They're great. They're great, dude. If you've never seen a classic Calvin and Hobbes comic strip, go Google them.
Yeah.
They're great. They're fantastic.
All right, guys. So real quick before we
Anyway.
do the quote, remember Batwoman, bad creative. Charlie's Angels, go see it. Don't
why
listen
not?
to fucking directors when they talk about their movies.
You see Kristen Stewart's booty, I guess.
Maybe it might be stunt double. I don't know.
Hey, good stunt double booty.
Hobbs and Shaw, don't waste the time just watching the Expendables movie. Unless
Fair
you
enough.
really like seeing The Rock, I guess. But I don't even think he's not even shirtless in that movie
No.
that I can think of. Unless it's like in their like little
When
Samoa
they were-
dance.
Yeah, when they were doing. I think he was wearing a tank top.
Yeah, I
That's
don't
just
recall.
wrong.
Yeah, I actually dig the chick in Hobbs and Shaw more than I dug their performances.
The blonde one, the sister.
Yeah, the British chick.
Fair enough.
Anyways, what else did we talk about? Oh, go see Sonic just because he looks kind
Sure.
of cool
Fucking
when it
what-
comes out.
If anything, it will be funny.
What else
to
did we
laugh
talk
at.
about? Did we talk about anything else? Hobbs and
I recommended Rain Over Me. Because
Rain Over
I'm a-
Me. Go see Rain
I'm
Over
annoying.
Me and check out Doctor Sleep with
Sure.
Sir Ewan McGregor.
Ewan McGregor, who's
Yeah.
going to be putting on blackface for Birds of Prey.
No, he's Black Mask.
I know.
Fucker.
Speaking of-
Don't
I was
say
being an
that.
asshole.
People will think you're
Oh
serious.
yeah. Oh no. Oh no.
All right, guys. So for me,
Quote
a
me.
quote from Hobbs. I'm trying to save the world, which for the record will be my 4th time because I'm really good at it.
I'm also Black Superman. Later, nerds.
You just finished another great episode of Operation Babble. You can catch every episode of Operation Babble on all your audio streaming services, including SoundCloud, iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, Radio Public, and more. Don't forget to like us on Facebook at facebook.com/Operation Babble. And join the conversation today by searching for the Operation Babble group on Facebook. Links also in the description. Don't forget to find Mike on all social platforms, including YouTube, by searching Mike Shrews, MYKE SHREWS. You can find John on Instagram and YouTube via Bald Man Bad. Thanks and have a great day.